In our timeline after the end of war for West Virginia, the Republic of Minuteman was faced with many problems. The first problem was the Federation occupied the Minutemen, and the Minuteman economy was failing. And on top of that, soldiers weren't paid as promised by the Minuteman government, leading to some problems for 3rd Minuteman President Savage. With elections beginning on December 1st and ending on December 25th, 3rd President Savage's popularity was at an all-time high with 90% approval rating due to his great victory in war for West Virginia. Former President Jedi runs for presidency of the Minuteman, and the reaction by the Minuteman people and most of the faction community was very bad, as former President Jedi supported the Roman Empire and helped in the assassination of Federation Vice President Martin, which caused war for West Virginia to begin with. Jedi ran on the promises of freedom from Federation tyranny and accused Savage's party as being nothing more than a Federation puppet. Jedi, well aware he was gonna lose the election, attempts to rig the election with bribery. On December 25, 2018, Jedi wins the election with a total vote count of 11 while Savage won 9 votes. During Jedi's presidency on December 28, 2018, he goes to war with the Kingdom of New England led by Gonda. 2 days later, the Irish mob threatens war with the Republic of Minuteman if they don't peace out with the Kingdom of New England. President Jedi at first ignored this demand, and then the Prussian mercenaries got involved and threatened war if the Republic of Minuteman didn't peace out, which resulted in emergency meeting within the Minuteman Senate. During this meeting, it was decided by the 3 senators including Savage to give Jedi the ability to go to war with both the Irish mob and the Prussian mercenaries. At the end, President Jedi backed down and peaced out with the Kingdom of New England, preventing a full-blown major war. But what if 3rd Minuteman President Savage won re-election? How could this have ended? As the chances of conflict with the Kingdom of New England would have 100% likely happened as in our timeline. How would have President Savage dealt with it? 3rd President Savage, after winning the election fairly, would have gone to war with the Kingdom of New England. Everything would have still played out the same until the Senate part. The Senate would have likely voted 2 out of 3 to give President Savage the ability to declare war on both the Prussian mercenaries and the Irish mob. Due to Savage's ambitious beliefs and wanting to retake lost lands on Fallout 76, he would have almost certainly filed a war declaration against the Irish mob and the Prussian mercenaries. December 31st, Savage declares war. Within minutes, the RDR2 front would have collapsed as the Prussians, Irish and New England forces would have overrun the outnumbered Minuteman forces on there. But Fallout 76 would have been a different story as the Minuteman army was huge. President Savage began the invasion into Federation territories, taking Grafton Dam and Grafton Steel Yard. Due to the Federation, which are basically the Prussian mercenaries not recovering from war for West Virginia, it would almost certainly be difficult for the Federation to mount an offensive. And on top of that, Savage's line infantry tactic was considered extremely dangerous at the time. It is believed by many people once Grafton Dam fell, a stalemate would have likely happened. On January 11th, Don, leader of the Tillaboy Empire, assassinates Sozia, leading to the Irish mob declaring war on Don. But without the proper assistance like in our timeline, Don would have likely defeated the Irish mob at the Dakota River, which at that point Don's invasion of the Prussian territories would have likely started sooner, leaving Threats with a huge choice: surrender to the Republic of Minuteman or surrender to the Tillaboy Empire. As it would have been impossible for him to fight a 2-front war, the likely scenario is Threats gives in to Savage's demands and goes and fights Don. This victory for Savage would ensure he could run a 3rd term as president in the upcoming February election. Late January, the coalition against the Tillaboys would have likely won against the Tillaboy Empire due to the Tillaboy Empire poor stability. What if the coalition won? In the case of a coalition victory, it's not entirely certain what would happen, besides either war reparations or a potential occupation. If the Republic of Minuteman wins, Threats' land legitimacy would be in jeopardy, as Threats failed to protect his territories on Fallout 76. which will lead to groups on RDR2 taking a chance and taking land. President Savage would likely be seen as the most powerful Minuteman president in history. And Minuteman imperialism would have been more stronger than our timeline. The downside of this victory, which more than likely Savage wouldn't care for, is not getting the Kingdom of New England as a vassal state. Once the war ends, the Republic Party would 100% still exist, and be the most dominant party within the Republic of Minuteman. As in our timeline, when Jedi won the election, the party was tarnished for being a Federation puppet, which resulted in the creation of the Libertarian Party. No matter what, the economy will always suffer, no matter who wins or loses. After the end of the conflict, tensions would have been high between everyone fighting for the Coalition and Republic of Minuteman. Don more than likely would attempt to gain an alliance with the Republic of Minuteman for strategic reasons. We may never know for sure how things could have been different, but all we can do is speculate what could have been. Although one thing is for certain: the will of a single man can change the course of history.